see like how we're saying emotion, but they would want to hear what they want to hear, like hear the right things in order for them to vote for that person. And as a president, what you heard, you want to see it put into action. You don't want to see a president sit on something that he said. If he said he was going to cut taxes, you would want to see the president cut the taxes. You would want to see him sit on that.
I don't know if this relates to what you guys are talking about, but it was something that Junior said about the president being more open-minded to what would work. I think that's true. Like, I was reading this article, and it's what's his name? John, the guy who writes Obama's speeches. And he said that they sat down together and looked at all the previous second inauguration addresses, and he picks and chooses what to say for him, like based on what has happened best in the past. So he's like more open-minded, I guess.
Okay.
I like to feed off of what you said, how you mentioned that they like pick and choose topics that kind of went big, so like the gay rights. On the article I read, it mentioned that like Obama was going more towards what says that there was a part where they mentioned that gays were against Obama, but once he introduced the gay marriage law, they began to like him more and like open up to him more. And then in the article it said one of the most striking passages was in support of gay rights.
Okay, so now I feel we're shifting more towards, which I like, and we're shifting more towards those articles that you read, kind of either praising or criticizing the speech. So now kind of, and Sierra, I know you probably have something to say off that topic, so why don't we go to you? But then when you're done, that's where I want the conversation to lead. Why don't we go into kind of what some other quote-unquote experts are saying about the speech, all right?
So I was looking for articles for this, but I found another one that kind of like broke apart his speech into like different things and what he meant. And there are actually a lot of bits and pieces that he drew from that are similar to other second inaugurations, and he also tied it into Martin Luther King Jr., which I thought was very interesting.
Okay.
So I found an article that was against the speech. This person believes that Obama's speech was anti-liberty, which completely, I was like, why would you say that? Because
I'm sorry, you said anti-liberty?
Anti-liberty.
Okay.
And he also said that that his speech was saying that the government is the solution to society's ills, which is the exact opposite of what he said in the speech. I just found that interesting that this person would say that.
Huh.
Take it that way.
Okay.
I found like an article similar to that, but it seemed like, because I was trying to find one that was against to like write like the second paragraph, and it seems like his speech was very liberal, and more so with what the ideal Democratic would be than a Republican governor from, I think it was New Jersey, New Jersey, who is against his speech, saying that like he thought Obama was talking about it's my way or the highway.
Okay.
Which is like not really what he said. So it kind of like your biases can sway your opinion.
Absolutely. Okay.
To have a better like to better analyze it, you have to like put all of your biases down. That's it. Okay.
I found an article of an interview of Obama's speech, and he was saying that the Obama administration already feels old and tired, year in and year out. The president keeps saying the same things over and over again. By this point, we're attempting to simply tune him out. So I guess his view was like, oh, here we go again, another 4 years of the same thing. And in my opinion, I think Obama's actually
Okay.
in his first term. So,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You sure?
yeah.
All right. Think about this. Luis just kind of gave his opinion on Obama after hearing, I believe it was Governor Chris Christie over here that kind of. So let's hear. Anybody agree with Governor Christie about the speech? That maybe it wasn't very good. Anybody personally agree with that?
Well, like, not necessarily disagree, but more of like in this speech, he really didn't give specifics and actually like talk about specifically what he wanted to do to like make changes. More kind of like he specified on things he wanted to change, but he didn't specify on how he wanted to change them or for what like.
Okay. Yeah.
So I kind of got the same thing as Junior. Like one of the articles that I found was against the speech, and it was talking about how Obama talked like a lot more of revenge, like what already happened. He focused more on his letdowns and failures, and he didn't really talk about his successes. And he kind of told us like how we have to lead the country or everything, and like from economics to technology and all that. But he didn't like really specify how we're gonna do that. It's just we gotta like set up our generation's paving the way for the next generation to actually lead the findings and advancements.
One article I found, this person said that the president probably didn't even quite see that his second inaugural was almost certainly the most partisan inaugural address in American history, which just means that he thought it was extremely one-sided toward his affiliation. But to go off of what Junior exactly was saying is that, to me, all these speeches and everything, they're all just talk to me until something is done, until he fulfills his goals or anything like that. So it's all just talk until something happens with what he said. Junior.
Going off of what Hobby said when he was talking about how he was just talking about how the future generation is going to pave our direction and like where our nation's going to go. Going off of that, I read an article that was contradicting kind of what Hobby said, because the president did also say, I don't remember what part it was, but he was talking about how he was going to think about the future, like the future of our country, like the generation that's coming up, without forgetting the generation that we have now.
Uh-huh. Okay. Before you call on somebody, Junior, let me just throw out there's a lot of people in here I haven't heard from, and on a scale of good to not good, that would be bad if I don't hear from you.
So I didn't like the speech because I feel as if he was, not only was he being redundant, because I feel as if he said almost the exact same thing he said in his first inauguration speech, but I also feel like he all he did was recap what he's already done instead of his plan for the country.
Okay.
Well, I think that there's, in every like speech or paper that people write, there's always the good and the bad things they include. And like, my opinion, I think that obviously the good things he included was like the things he's done right. So he included a lot about like wanting to help the illegal immigrants and having equality. But like something I found kind of interesting, I don't mean to go off topic, but he mentioned a lot like girls. So he mentioned a part where he said that little girl in poverty, she'll be able to know that she can do what everybody else can do. And he also mentioned that
Like armed with our wives and children.
yeah, and he said, or an immigrant realizes her dream, like he never said his dream or something. I don't know, that was something I noticed. He always mentioned girls in here.
Huh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I didn't notice that either. What do we know? Let's go off that. I think that was really interesting. Why? Why do you think no? Myrna, go ahead. Call on somebody.
Listen, I mean, it makes sense if he only mentioned his mom was there. His dad was never really there. He has 2 daughters and a wife. He's got no brothers. So it kind of makes sense why he only thought of girls, because no guys are really in his life, unless you're talking like the Secretary of Defense or something.
That.
And like,
Whoa.
Wow, I was done.
Oh.
Kylie.
Oh, but also he's like a big social issue that's coming up lately is that women aren't earning enough, or that things like that. So he's trying to, like when he was mentioning all these social changes that need to happen, he thinks that's a big one, obviously. So he's going to keep mentioning it because he wants his daughters probably to be more successful than they would be if nothing changed.
Which, as a father of 3 daughters, I'm all for.
Yeah.
Let me stop you guys real quick and just for a second.